got a question. Do you have your popcorn ready? You got to dig some of those back. Is balling right now. Yeah, same match the same result, man. They're really committed. It's that time. It's that time. Ah, goodness. Been good night, and it continues. Good throw down. Oh, hey. Big time play there. That's showing some grit and something. What a game! What a long game here, and this one. All right, well, welcome to the next game, the game two of the day. This is our 3:15 game, a matchup between the number 3 seed and the number 14 seed. The number 3 seed here in this one is Winston Salem. The number 14 seed is DME Winsconsin, and they come in a little banged up. Nobody cares if you're the opponent because it's win or go home, it's kill or be killed, for lack of a better terms. But they're led by a guy named Cruz McClure, who has had a very good season in his second year here on the grind session. He's committed to DePaul. He's their leader. I can kind of see he wasn't moving quite fluently during warm-ups and things of that nature. So, yeah, that's their leader. We'll see how that pans out. Maybe he gets a little loose because he's going to need to, because Winston-Salem, when they release them dogs, they go hunt. They go hunt. Talk about their defenses and the different coverages you see with them.
What's not to say about it? They're early and often. They're up under you. They'll trick you. They scheme it, and then sometimes they just try to blow you off the floor. They overpower you. Really,
we're
at their mercy.
Yep, we're going to send it over to our PA announcer for the introduction of our starting lineup.
We will introduce the starting lineup of the DME Wisconsin, first coached by Ben Wisniewski. At one guard position, a 6'3" senior from Snellville, Georgia, Elijah Villanueva. At a forward position, a 6'4" junior from Racine, Wisconsin. He'll play his college basketball in a couple of years at Wisconsin. Number 3, LaTravion.
Because the good ones, they'll want to at least confirm.
At one forward position, 6'7"
Once they get like
out of Canada, Jean Thomas Grandini. Big man in the middle, 6'11", a senior from Mali. Number 18, Sheppy Diamara. And at the small forward position, a 6'6" senior from Westerville, Ohio, who will play college basketball next year at DePaul. Number 22, Cruz McClure. And now the starting lineup for Winston-Salem Christian, head coach Antonio Lowe. One forward position, a 6'5" sophomore from Charlotte, North Carolina. Number 2, Josiah Johnson Freeman. Forward position, a 6'5" junior from Kings Mountain, North Carolina. Number 4, Bradley Floyd. And one post position, a 6'9" junior, number 23, Tyson Thompson. At another inside position, a 6'8" junior from Rock Hill, South Carolina, number 33, Elton James. And at the small forward position, a 6'5" senior from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. He will play college basketball next year at Arkansas State. They call him AD, Adriel Noara.
All right, so we're set and ready to roll here. Winston-Salem, the home team. DME Wisconsin, the road team, as it's win or go home time for either one of these squads. Winston-Salem, listen, from the time they score, they're going to be in their pressure, man. Right off the bat there, first shot, an offensive rebound right back to the Lions. Bailey comes up with that as they settle here into this possession. They're not overly big. They have a ton of guards and they're very pesty. They know who they are.
24-second shot clock by violation.
As you see here, very first possession, pressure.
Yep. Oh, this is only
And you'll see
beginning,
that
though.
for all 4 quarters.
Absolutely. All gas, no brakes.
Oh, nice.
And it's not if the pressure gets you early.
Oh.
It's the pressure gets you late, and he goes right back into the defense, does Sheffy.
Did you see?
Hey, you hear Coach saying left hand layup.
Yeah, he just,
It just
literally
turned
just,
to- yeah.
he turned back into the defense.
Here's Bailey getting downhill. Paint touch. That won't go. Sheffy with the rebound, but it gets ripped out of his hand and right back to Winston Salem.
Got a matchup they like here. Oh, nice.
Sheffy swatting that one out of bounds with 2 seconds to go here on the shot clock. Good seal inside and good finish. Good set.
Too easy. In my
Nice
opinion
job.
right there.
Listen, he got that defensive line look
Right.
to him. And there's the steal. Bailey,
I like this kid.
throw down. Oh, yeah. He said, I'm sorry, Floyd.
Yeah,
Bradley Floyd.
just a junior as well. We saw him really show out in D.C. a couple weekends ago.
And they don't stop coming.
That's already 3 turnovers for DME.
There's Floyd again.
That's a foul.
Yep.
Yeah. And really on the other end, could have very easily been called a charge as well. So just great defensive discipline by Winston Salem here early. And there he goes. Coach is telling him. And I love the way that he's saying that to the official as well. It's just, hey, just something to look out for here. We set up for those charges on the pass. Just look for those in the future.
Now, here's the unique thing. It's not just pressure calling. They have so many different. They may go 1, 2,
Different
2,
looks.
3, 2. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a plethora of different defensive looks. Like, you're not going to see back-to-back same pressure.
Right.
You may see full court man to man. You may see a diamond pressure. You may see a 1, 2, 2.
They play a lot of guys too, AJ. That's one of the things that makes their pressure impactful too, because you might have the same look but with a different personnel package.
Nice.
Floyd
Excellent.
won't go there, and they tell him, hey, to stay up with that pressure. Cruz into the front court again. He looks gimpy already. 22 in black. Yeah, that's
no
he's
good.
favoring something. Got the KT tape on. I've seen him play enough to know that it don't look right.
And it won't. Coach Lowe doesn't typically miss things. It won't be but a matter of time before he realizes that Cruz can't guard,
Yep.
and they'll put him in ball screen action.
Great.
And good lob there, Elton James with the throwdown.
And just the right pass as well. The lob was the pass that was there. Good decision.
Go stick back there for DME Wisconsin. Gordine.
Great cross.
Good left hand, too. AD knocking out that one down. Now, my favorite player, one of my favorite players for Winston-Salem,
I
hadn't
already
checked
know
into
who
the
you're
game
gonna-
yet.
Yeah. I already know who you're going to say because
Oh,
he was
yeah.
one of my favorites as well. D1.
D1.
That dude, I mean, he's the definition of a dog.
Yep.
He is.
Fouls on number 22, Cruz McClure. His first, third.
One of the staff members from Winston-Salem, James, is a pretty significant Dave Matthews fan as well. And so we get an opportunity
You guys got the members-only jackets going on. Yeah, they all know each other. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I remember you.
They're in the same Facebook group.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we are. We are.
That's a real thing, Governor. That's a real thing.
It's a huge group. Actually, we're probably in about 7 or 8 all Dave Matthews related Facebook groups.
Another great cross.
Top of my hair, man. That's
I can tell you right now, I would absolutely hate playing against this team right here. Me personally.
It's a nightmare.
Yes.
Listen, there are a lot of coaches on the grind session that will echo what you just said.
Yeah.
I mean, they are a nightmare. Nobody else plays like them.
Because
nobody else.
If you don't have great guards that can handle pressure, you're in big trouble immediately with this team. And honestly, if you don't have guards that can handle pressure against Winston-Salem, you're beat.
Yep.
I mean, it's just not going to happen.
The only thing that has kind of been their Achilles is sometimes they're able to play their style of basketball. They play their pressure, but when they go on the offensive end, they haven't done a great job so far this season consistently in scoring the ball. And
in the half court.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it makes it very, very difficult sometimes for them to, once you weather the storm of the constant pressure, if you can hang close enough, they start going on like extended periods of time that they don't score the ball, and it allows you to get back in the game.
Well, how about this pressure and they haven't committed a foul?
Right.
That's the crazy part. They've created turnovers, and they haven't committed a team foul, and they're super aggressive. So. And it's another turnover forced there.
It's already 5 turnovers for DME. I mean, they haven't had but probably 7, 8, or 8 possessions total.
And then even if they don't turn you over, they're rushing you. They're speeding you up as far as what you normally do, so on and so forth. And
completely take you out of your game plan, right?
absolutely. Yep. And good defensive play there. And Jess with the quick fix.
I'm telling you.
And another steal.
6 turnovers.
Yep.
Kick
Loose
it out.
ball, James. Who touched the last? Going to go back to DME. There comes some Spargo, shooter.
Yes.
D1, check it in as well. Now listen, he like disappears and then reappears. Like he's invisible sometimes. D1, they'll lose him where he's at defensively, and next thing you know, he's picking your pocket.
Hey, you got 2 seconds to get across.
Yeah, James was telling me about, I don't like undersized guards. Anybody that knows me in basketball, that's not my jam. If you're under 6 feet, I'm not messing with you. I'm not. And so he was telling me, Brian, you'd like this dude. He's different. And I
whatever.
completely was willing to die on that hill. And that kid's made a believer out of me over the course of the season. He plays winning basketball. He's able to shoot the ball. He's absolutely fearless. He's tough as nails. He does a lot of really, really good things that will help teams on any level win basketball games, and I got to give him his props.
Talk about winning plays.
Absolutely.
That kid is a game full of them.
Break up high, ball reverse.
Fouls on number 3, Nate Spargo, his first team foul.
And now listen, this is an adjustment by DME. They're going really small right now.
Yeah.
They've gotten in some extra guards. You have to, So.
You can either go small or you can go home.
Yep.
And the thing about it, this is the reality of the situation. Playing big doesn't benefit them at all.
Nope. Not against
Having
this team.
big guys. When you saw at the beginning of the game, they had a nice seal, a post catch in the middle of the paint, and the person that they threw the ball to went out of his way to turn into the pressure of the defense when the backside was wide open, and they got nothing out of it. So if you're not going to get anything offensively, and then you're going to be at a loss defensively, what do you do? And young guys, especially young big players, hate to be in that position. They don't want to. But in a game like this, if you're not a guard, you gotta bust your butt to show enough value to make your coach want to play.
I can hear him in the background. He's like, listen, we finna load up. They don't have anybody in the game that wants to handle that pressure right now. Another turnover.
That's eight turnovers.
Wow.
In the first 5.5 minutes.
Against this pressure, you're going to be on the 20 is going to be your number.
Yep. D1, good look there. Good tap out pass there.
Yes.
A rare, easy look there for DME Wisconsin as they gets their team off their bench.
Oh, beautiful.
Ooh, nice.
Beautiful.
And a goal team.
Yeah, right.
Can't pick it up there. That's a tough spot. Can't pick it up there. Ooh.
Zipper. Shine, zipper.
And how frequent you have to sub sped up against this team if you're DMA Wisconsin. Like, you got to be in shape. Tip-top shape. And McClure, man, just trying to give it all he has on one leg. And I respect him, man. He's a dog.
Jackie, zipper down, Massimo.
Ruiz, number 5 in the game for DME Wisconsin. Ooh.
Good job.
Chappy. A little choppy feet there.
I was gonna say I like that they didn't call it though. I'm new school in that way, I guess, but
D1.
yeah, I was gonna say coach is gonna get on him about shooting. I knew that was coming. Be who you are. Not that he can't make that shot, but just not wanting it at that time.
Wisconsin, Winston Salem, I'm sorry, on the attack here.
You got to split that.
Spargo down the lane and just off the rim there.
Yeah.
Foul on number 1, Elijah Miller, his second. 15 foul, Nate Spargo for 2.
D1 may be the only player that Lowe ever has that he's taller than us. I'm just stating the obvious, huh?
I love it.
Maybe the only kid he ever coaches that he called little.
I've had enough of this shortest behavior here by you. You got your ageist, you got your shortest.
Hey, what I haven't mentioned is just
because you're standing 6'5" over there. don't
No,
look.
Brian, man, his son has probably caught him. He's pretty close.
Yep.
Brody's getting up there.
I hope he can do something with it. I told Dan, though, that regardless of what he becomes, my son Brody, as a basketball player, there's not a better situation that if you have a young man that aspires to get to this level and like you get to get up close and personal. Like there's not a better opportunity out there to help encourage a guy and push him towards where he wants to be. It's all out here in the open for everybody.
Putting him in this environment, it's great.
Absolutely. And for you to, because I told him one of the first events we brought him to, he's standing and talking to AJ DeBanza about what his preparation is and what his mindset is when he gets on the court.
And the cool part is AJ had no hesitation in having that conversation with him.
Oh, great pass and cut.
And we're talking the things that I've been telling him time and time again. And you same thing with Jay. You can tell him again and again and again. And then when he hears it from one of these guys, and not only does he hear it, but he gets to watch them over the course of a game do the things that they say that they're capable of doing and that they're regarded for being able to do. As a dad, it just makes your job so much easier. As a coach, as a developer, whatever he becomes as a player, we owe a tremendous debt to Grind Session for it.
18-6 our score. Minute 20 to go in this quarter. Two shots coming up.
AD, man, he puts so much pressure on you if you're guarding him by his ability to drive, strong with the basketball.
This is the scarier part about Winston-Salem. They're not playing well.
Right.
They're not tight. They're not focused. Their rotations aren't solid.
So 0 for 2 at the line there. How about the big fella making his presence felt? Sheffy, let it put back for him.
That's good for him. I think that's an improvement.
They can get this under 10. You'll take that if you're a DME Wisconsin.
I just had the thought, Winston-Salem's one of those teams, you want to play them in preseason. Get your guys ready. Okay, this is going to be the most pressure you're going to see all year.
I don't want to play them ever.
Yeah, that's what I mean, preseason.
Let somebody else handle that. Yeah, I want to knock them out. Y'all go right ahead. Go ahead and do that for the rest of us.
It's a reality check for your guards and really your entire team of protecting the basketball.
The downside of that, I think you're exactly right, Cullen, but the downside of that is you're not going to work on anything. You're not going to work on anything offensively against this pressure.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
If you're trying to preseason figure out where your transition offense is, if you're trying to figure out where you are in a scramble, I think you can find some valid information from them. But if you have any half-court set that you desire to run at all, this ain't the team that you want to play because you're not getting it.
In the words of Lil Durk, this ain't what you want. All right, listen, we are into game 2, getting ready for the second quarter. 23-8 is our score. As again, the pressure has been the storyline of the game here for Winston-Salem, as we anticipated. And we'll go over some of the numbers here for Winston-Salem. I know the forced turnovers that they've created has got to be at the top of the list.
And shooting it well from the field as well. Winston-Salem 9 of 18 from the floor. They forced DME into 8 turnovers in the first quarter and 4 of 17 shooting for DME as well. So really, really good quarter for Winston-Salem, applying the pressure and imposing their will defensively. There's the man.
Yeah. This big X, he ain't the plug, but he is the plug. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy right there, man. Just to kind of look ahead a little bit, DME Academy, not to be confused with this team, will be taking on Colorado Prep for the next game. DME out of Florida, Daytona area to be exact. That's an interesting matchup between those two. We'll get into that a little bit later on in the broadcast, but they're going to be without Mikkel the remainder of the season. And so it'll be interesting to see what that team looks like without him in the lineup. I hear they're playing very well, and that's going to go the other way.
Yeah, Sheffy just with a two-hand push right there, clear out. Got caught by the ref.
Coach just gave him great advice, too. He says to him, Sheffy, use your chest, not your hand.
Yeah.
So into the front court here. Bailey. And another turnover. Go ahead and mark down another one, Coach.
Yeah, that's 9.
Listen, I feel like you playing bingo over here. The way you got this, all these boxes on this paper over here.
Jesse did that for me. I'm telling you, man, she's best in the biz. And I truly mean that.
Floyd looking to go to work, going left, staying left. And here comes DME Wisconsin.
Got to find a way to come up with those.
McClure scanning the floor. They trying to look to go inside. That shot coming up short
Sheffy.
there by Ziggy.
I was going to say,
Sheffy.
sorry
Yeah,
to cut you off there. Sheffy was doing so much work down there. He earned that call. Really got fouled a few times even before that.
What is the what's the neutralizing factor to play a Wisconsin St. Louis? Because we saw them struggle in Atlanta. We saw them go through a little bit of a stretch where they really did not play good basketball, and it's rare to see that. It was just one of those weekends. But you obviously got to have good guard play. But is there a counter to the amount of pressure that they give, like trying to slow the game down? That's hard to do with a 24-second shot clock. Like what?
I think a team obviously that has good guard play, but that has size as well that can counter that, and where you can throw over the top with lobs and things like that to beat them over the top.
For me, I think it's a lot simpler. The issues that teams that play them run into are they take the ball out of the hand of your primary ball handler. Whoever your best decision maker is typically your point guard. So they put a ton of pressure onto him.
There we go.
And they make him give up the ball.
Yep.
And then they put the ball in the hand of a guy who doesn't make decisions or doesn't have the skill set to be able to score, to make the right decision. And they insist that he be the one to beat him.
Fenderson missed that last shot. He's committed to Wisconsin. That's not a shot he typically missed that way. That's a rush shot. That's like the timing's off. It's like in a half-court set, he comfortably makes that shot more times than not.
Very nice hook right there. Gave Sheffy the shake right there to get his space.
Tyson Thompson gets credit for those last two. 25-8.
There you go. Ooh. But there it is. You know, if you can throw over the top like that, of course you've got to complete it.
Another turnover.
Another one. Yeah.
But you put guys in position to do stuff that they're not accustomed to doing. And so it's not so much about you getting the turnover, you taking the ball from them. Sometimes they'll give it to you.
Yep. Back to him.
It's another one of those plays. He was so determined to use a Euro step that he didn't read what the defender was doing.
25. And again, Cruz just not himself here in this one, man. Trying to be there for his team.
Oh, I love the eyes right there. He misses that shot, but nice.
Tyson Thompson.
Great touch around the rim again from Thompson, just a junior from Raleigh, North Carolina. Kid's got a lot of offers, very talented kid. I'll tell you who Coach Lowe reminds me of. You're probably going to laugh a little bit, but who would be who you think I'm talking about right now?
Tyson Thompson, you talking about?
No. Coach Lowe.
Ooh.
Another short coach we've had on the grind session. Coach Rhodes.
Oh,
AZ
yeah,
Compass,
Jamal.
girls.
Yeah, Jamal. Jamal was he was a character. He coached AZ Compass a few years ago on the girls' side. Went on to be an assistant coach at the University of Kentucky. And I'm not sure where he's at right now, but he had a talented group, but he was a character.
Kind of that high-pitched voice.
Yep.
Dan's laughing at me. What's going on?
Where's he at now, Jess?
Hampton.
And he had two daughters that could ball, too.
Yes, he did, yeah. We might as well just start calling Jesse Wiki Jesse.
Oh, yeah.
Wikipedia.
Floyd, that will go. Tyson with the offensive rebound.
And take a coach that comes in and is watching this game right now, scouting. They're seeing a kid with Thompson who's undersized compared to Sheffy anyway, but he's using his strength. He understands how to use his body. I mean, look at the kid's got a great body, and you're seeing that work ethic that he has of fighting for offensive rebounds. Very strong down low. Too easy.
Elton James.
And look, that's the third time the Lions have had basically a layup. They're 2 for 3 on those baseline out of bounds. Coaches love that when they get points out of that.
That's jump ball. Yeah.
Jump ball, possession, Lions.
$29-9. Remember at the beginning of the season, Lowe, he was really hard on his guys. He said, I got a bunch of puppies right now. They ain't dogs yet. We're going to get there. I wonder where he feels his team's at now.
He'd still say the same thing because you can't let your players know that you're satisfied.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's why they play so hard. They know the expectation.
About the first set, DME has been able to get in and run some stuff here. Most of their shots are going to come off like press breaker action.
Hey, point guard. You got to pass and you got to cut. You
Foul
got to
on
create
number
driving
23,
lanes.
Tyson Thompson, his second. Fourth team foul.
2.
And we talked about, you know, preparing for Winston Salem. This is a team to keep you up at night, man. Like, night before, like.
Well, and just to put it really simply, think about the condition you've got to be to play this team. I mean, they're going to wear you down. I mean, that's their style. Is that, you know, even if they're down, by the time the third quarter hits, they know that's when they can make the run with all the applied pressure. I'd shoot that first one.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why you wouldn't shoot that first.
Yeah.
Fouls on number 2, Josiah Johnson Freeman, his first.
So Josiah picks up his first foul.
Team foul.
So 2 shots coming up here for DME Wisconsin.
Jean-Thomas Rondin, shooting 2.
Yeah, I'm not playing Cruz McClure in this game.
Yeah.
You're hard pressed when you have an able-bodied guy out here that runs a 4-4, handles the ball well, and is
What
in
happens
perfect
when your
health.
senior says, I want to go down swinging?
You got a career to think about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's clearly, like you said a minute ago, he's clearly limping. Oh. Behind the back. There you go.
Especially in a game like this.
Man, it's tough to watch. I mean, it's like it's KT taped up as much as possible. And
Fouls on number 33.
Another Instagram foul.
That's his second.
You got to. The thing. I don't know if you pay too close attention to it, Cullen, but that's the thing now. You got to create space, and they're teaching these high school guys because in the NBA, guys are able to push off and position the defender and stuff like that.
they're not taking their hand off the ball to create space, right?
Yeah, exactly. They're every time you go to the hole, you gotta chuck a guy so you can create.
You know what that's like? I got a true story to tell you guys.
Andrew.
I have to convince my mother that everything she sees on YouTube is not real. Because she thinks if it's on YouTube, it must be real. I was like, Mom, anybody can post anything. But I've seen it on YouTube. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's what you're saying you saw is ridiculous and not true. I feel like they fall into it like the
think your
internet
mom-
gives it the
your mom's
information
in-
credibility or something.
Your mom's in really good company then. 'Cause there's a lot of people, and
What?
a lot of them play basketball.
Exactly.
And they parent kids that play basketball, and they think they take this nonsense and think that that's really what you're able to do.
I bet I have that conversation with her at least 3 or 4 times a year. At least. But it was on YouTube. I don't care. Tyson. A lot of contact there. But we'll go the other way. 29-16. Thought about it. That ball got to keep moving. Oof. Another turnover. You're gonna run out of lead in that pin, Mark
Yeah.
Marking down.
Got to get better organized in transition.
Long skip pass, and that won't go. Johnson Freeman over the Bailey. I'm Floyd. I don't know why I keep calling him Bailey. I have no idea why. Elton James.
I think they thought the shot clock was lower than it was. Yeah. It was at 7.
Fouls on number 22, Cruz McClure, his 7th.
And this is kind of where the deficiencies in Winston-Salem, this is where it shows up. If you notice the past couple possessions, they haven't been able to score the ball. And so now that DME's been able to break the pressure a couple times, you see they're able to kind of get the game in a more manageable situation.
Bucket there. Johnson Freeman. 32-16.
And even though that won't be in the stat sheet as a turnover, that's essentially a turnover there. An air ball, out of characteristic shot.
Absolutely.
Something I've noticed with Winston-Salem as well is it's one of these things that kind of takes care of itself, is their playing style. Once they give up a bucket, boom, they're gone the other way. So it almost creates that just next play mentality without even having, just from your playing style. You know, I mean, they're just, it doesn't matter if they get scored on, boom, they're headed the other way.
And if you're lingering, Coach Lowe's going to let you hear about it.
What are you laughing at, man? Come on.
Yeah, if I had a little pop-up bubble for everything that pops up in my brain, we will all be in trouble.
Yeah.
I was just sitting here watching Lowe talk to his team. Can we switch it back to Winston-Salem's huddle? Yeah, I don't know if anybody remembers the song of the artist, but the song Charlie Lowe by Charlie Lowe just come up in my head. He's the Charlie Lowe of basketball, man. They know, they know. Y'all remember that song by Charlie Lowe?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. That need to be playing in the background every time.
We'll have to get that one played.
That's right.
Later on. 14 turnovers, though.
They know, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Winston-Salem has created 14 turnovers in this matchup already. Coach said 20 earlier.
Yeah.
They're well on their way to that.
They're definitely going to put you on 20. If you can give it up 20 times and still be in the game, you'll have a chance against them because they're going to get that out of them.
Oh, low pass, dangerous. And the pressure's not over once you get past half court either. There's those secondary movements and shifts.
Oh, good cut.
And it's off.
Ziggy, great cut.
Winston-Salem and back to DME Wisconsin.
5-1,
And this goes back to one of those fundamentals as well. When you're playing Winston-Salem, you've got to meet the pass. You just saw that with that last cut.
Great point.
He came and met that pass. Otherwise, it would have been a turnover.
Another near. It's a turnover.
It is a turnover.
Listen, he got a number 2 pencil over here, like he's taking the SCT test, and you know he's running out of lead here. This thing, you got a sharpener, cause man.
There he is again, man.
Spargo.
He is their stretch. Their stretch 4, whatever position he's in there. He is going to stretch the defense. You cannot leave him open.
And if you look at that last play, AJ, that's I told you the packages that they run is one thing, but the personnel that they have in that group. Spargo, they have him on the floor because he, like Cullen said, he stretches them. He's the guy that makes the shot. But when they sub him out and they sub another guy in that same set that they were in defensively, you throw that ball to the middle, that pass never gets there.
Yeah.
Spargo's a little bit more reluctant. He's not as athletic as the guys that he's sharing that position with, so he plays off. He gives a little bit more space. But if they go to the bench and they sub another guy in that same run, play that you run, the way that you broke it that time, you won't break it like that again.
37-18. Elton James with the offensive rebound, and Floyd gets fouled there. He'll head to the line with a chance to shoot two. 55 seconds to go here in this half.
His first, fifth team foul. Bradley Floyd shooting two.
Floyd, one of those underclassmen for Winston-Salem. It's a really good player.
He's that guy for Winston-Salem as well, that great driver with the basketball. You've seen it. He's drawn several fouls, very strong with the ball as well.
I think we have Freeman already on there, too.
Way to
Good
get
loose
on the
ball
floor.
there. Man, Sheffield gonna go to the line with a chance to shoot two. He's had a good ball game.
For Bradley Floyd, his first. We are in the bonus. Sheffield Diawara for the strike.
$39-19.
Hey, Trey, is it switch on this top
I,
screen?
the laugh, I'm sorry, the chuckle for me is low is talking with the ref and saying that the guy got 5 seconds in the paint. He's like, he was in there before it crossed half court. He said, well, then he got 4.5. Spargo with it up top. Oh, man, turnover here. And
Nothing there, good decision.
Yep. Not sure you don't hold for one. Oh, loose ball, another spill.
That's too many dribbles. That's too many dribbles.
And that's going to be off. Winston-Salem last, and it's going to go back to DME. It's a long 8 seconds to try to handle this pressure. Turn it over again, right?
Yep.
Oh. Like I said, long.
Good enough. Good enough. Thank you.
Out there. Again, like I said, that's a long time. Try to handle this pressure. Elton James, and that's going to be a +1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it rains, it pours.
Yep. We'll have a free throw coming up.
Nicholas is second. Elton James to the free throw line for one free throw.
And that'll do it for the half. I think the story, Coach, obviously is going to be at 17 turnovers for DME in that first half. Great pressure, once again, from Winston-Salem. And again, just imposing their will on DME and creates a big lead as well.
And again, with them, the scary part about it is
I don't know
they're
who
not
let the
playing well.
dogs out. I heard it was Coach Lowe, though. That's 41-19 here at the half. Pressure They're having a tough time with you guys' defense. What's the message for you guys to continue this run going into the third quarter?
I mean, this is what we do all season long. We want to continue to do things, do it the same way this game as well. Nothing changes for us. We want to push the tempo, and on defense, we want to just be scrappy. We want to fly around, make plays. We watch a lot of film on them. We know they're kind of limited at the ball handling position, so we just want to make it tough for them.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half. Yeah, they're in full control right now, 41-19. We're here for DME Wisconsin. When we come back, this is the grind session.
She's different. She's different, or I would say she's a flat-out dog. Really, that comes from where we come from. That's all there is to it. You ain't got a choice but to be tough in New Mexico. So I really say it's the way she grew up. It comes from her family, it's in her blood, and it comes from where we're from.
One thing that's special about Albuquerque and like the people that live here is that I would say just our heart and like how hard we want to work to be successful. I feel like we have a lot of people here who are very hungry and like willing to work as hard as they possibly can to make their dreams come true. So I would say that's one of my favorite things about New Mexico. I mean, it means everything to me to be Hispanic and be a part of the select few that are playing at my level, and just there's a select few of Hispanics in the WNBA, and just knowing that I could be one of the few that join them next means everything to me. A lot of people don't understand how hard I've truly worked to get to where I'm at. So I would just say that like I want people to know how hard I've worked and how much humility I've put into this sport and how much time I've taken to become where I'm at, and I just want people to remember me as somebody who worked as hard as she possibly could to get to where she is now.
What makes Bella Hines special is just her everyday work ethic. She's the first one at the gym, last one to leave. She does everything that's asked of her and more. I mean, she can dribble the ball, shoot the ball. She plays defense, she rebounds. She's just one of the best female basketball players that I've ever seen. It's a pleasure to be around her, and we just know her continuous work ethic is only going to make her better and better. But she's probably one of the nicest young ladies off the court. But when she steps in those lines, the only thing I can see is just a dog. She just turns into somebody else, and then she walks off the court, and now she's back to just the cool, nice Bella Hines cracking jokes and dancing.
We're talking about Bella Hines. Yeah, y'all better get ready. She here. Yeah, it's the show. She's the show. And this is the grind session.
Welcome to the grind session.
So Bella asked to play basketball when she was probably in 5th grade. She always would play at the community center. One day she just said, "Mom, let me play," because she always played baseball. And I said, "Okay, we'll try it out." First practice, I went home and I told my husband, "She's pretty good, let's let her play." First game ever, she dropped 28. So I was like, okay, she's playing basketball.
It's been amazing, the support that she gets, from the local community, the basketball community, people coming up to us all the time and wishing her luck and telling us how they followed her journey. It's just really, really exciting for her to have the opportunity to grow, and then our community be behind her and push her, on this journey, and support and post and show up and wear her jerseys. It's all really just cool, man. It's an amazing place to come from. We love it here.
Shoot, it's amazing, honestly. I mean, knowing that I'm one of the few only active high school athletes to be a part of Jordan means absolutely everything to me. It's like a dream come true, because when I was younger, I never think I'd be the first, I'd be the only active high school athlete to be signed with Jordan in high school. So it's definitely just a blessing. I had other brands that I could have worked with, but Jordan just felt like a family to me, and I wanted to be a part of it.
When the family told me about it, her dad told me about the Jordan deal, I thought it was amazing. I didn't know what to expect, but she's got so many boxes of Jordans and shoes, and the family, they got everything, man. It's a pleasure to see. I'm still waiting on my pair of shoes or my sweatsuit. I don't mean to be selfish, but her closet looks like a Foot Locker. So, I'm proud of her. She deserves every bit of it.
Like I think about a lot is Kobe Bryant when he said, rest in the end, not in the middle. And I feel like that really stood out to me, just because I feel like there are times, even in games and stuff, I get tired and I want to rest, but I know if I rest now, like, the outcome isn't going to be what I wanted. But I feel like it's the same thing with life in general. Like, you can't rest, you can't settle, but once you make it to the end, like, you can eventually rest.
Man, 3,000 was definitely a milestone that we had on the goal sheet a long time ago. I know Bella was something that she wanted to accomplish when she started high school basketball. So this has been something we've been working towards for a long time. And Bella, you know, it's really all credited to Bella's time in the gym and the work that she puts in. It's the effort, it's the time, it's the want to accomplish these goals. And man, 3,000, seeing that today is, man, it's really satisfying as a parent to see your kid achieve the goals that, you know, that they set out for themselves a long time ago and become successful at the things they want to be successful at.
Her scoring 3,000 just is so legendary. I mean, you hear about somebody scoring 1,000 or somebody scoring 2,000, but to get 3,000 points in her career is just being amazing. Being a part to be able to watch it, just her journey of scoring 50s and 60s, and realize that this is what it came out to. Scoring 3,000 points is just special for her and her family.
I mean, it means everything to me to hit the 3,000 point mark. I mean, I hit 1,000 points my sophomore year, 2,000 points my junior year, and then just for like the cherry on top, just to hit it senior year means a lot to me. It's really showing how hard I've worked and like all my hard work paying off. So honestly, I'm just glad to be a part of a select few that have actually hit 3,000 points.
It's all going down in Albuquerque, or should I say the Q? Yeah, the Q, man, we're here. Bella Hines is ready to show out, and she's chasing 3,000. Can you buy that? Can you say that? 3,000 club, yeah. Bella Hines coming into the game 14 points away from 3,000 points. And she's weaving through traffic, knocking down the 3 points away. She needs this 3 for 3,000. Bang! Bella Hines.
Man, the grind session has been great for Bella. It really has. I mean, we're playing against some of the most skilled girls in the country. It's not regular high school basketball. So it's really pushing Bella to be great. And that's all we want, is for Bella to be great and have the opportunity to be on the court with Division I players on a regular basis. And it's given her an opportunity to show her skills all throughout the country and show that she can play at a high level against the best players in the country. So you can't do nothing but go up from there. So the grind session has been an absolute blessing for us.
All right, so we're set, ready to roll here for the third quarter, 41-19, all Winston Salem here in this one. Let's go over some of those numbers.
Yeah, just real quickly. What happened to my sheet, Jesse? Oh, yeah, here we go. 16 of 27 for the game for Winston-Salem in field goals, led by Floyd with 9, James with 8. And then on the other end, DME just 5 of 29. Field goals and 17 first-half turnovers.
Go ahead and mark the next one. Yeah.
Make it 18. Nobody from DME has over 5 points as well. Oh.
There goes Spargo. He's wearing the proper number, ain't he?
Yeah. Yes, he is.
That's what he's going to give you.
He even leaned back on that one, Jerry.
Ooh, another.
Oh, nice in and out. I was reading something the other day. It was some trainer on Twitter or something saying that's the most effective move in basketball, is that just quick in and out. Just because it's used so often, you know, just a change of direction, whatever it may be. And just like we talked about earlier, just a quick bucket to answer right back for Winston-Salem.
Skip pass, corner three, that won't go, and gang rebound in here for Winston-Salem. D1 getting the start here in the third quarter. And Floyd, think about this team too. All their drives on one. Their whole starting five are underclassmen for Winston-Salem. Hey, that's, you think about what you got coming back, what you could possibly add. Who knows what that would be?
The floater, Martavion Thunderson.
Under! Run, Trey!
Spargo.
Oh, you got to shoot that.
Yeah.
And it's going to pick up the foul.
And to your point, Coach, no matter what he does with that basketball, there's nothing that's going to be a better shot for him than taking that three.
Number 3, Nate Spargo, his second.
I try to tell our young guys all the time, there are two plays in basketball, the right one and the wrong one.
Right.
When you make the right play, good things tend to happen.
Yep.
Now you're picking up an additional foul. Not that it'll impact, the game, but that was a complete unnecessary foul.
19 turnovers now. That 20 is going to come quick, Coach.
Yeah, it's here. It's here. It is there. I was about to say, there it is.
Yeah.
Spargo. Sliding out of the way. And you know what? Ray, he didn't even flinch.
Who's that, Ray?
He didn't even flinch. That ball was coming his way. He didn't bob or weave or nothing.
We might need to check on him, see if he's awake even right now. I don't know if he's awake. Few buckets here for DME to start this one. It's a better start than the first half. And listen, if you're DME, I mean, you've got to stick to him. Basically, if you're guarding Spargo, you're in no help.
Yep. That's called a stay home.
Right,
Yes.
exactly.
Good footwork inside. It just won't go. Man, it's going to be a reach-in foul. A little bit of frustration there, and rightfully so.
Fouls on number 3, Martavion Henderson, his third. First team foul.
Switch. Stay under, get through, Trey. Good.
If he would have got that shot to go out, that was about as tough as angle as you can get.
You cannot dribble straight to this corner and slow down. And guys, DME guys are looking at each other like for help and pointing fingers now, and it's like,
Against this kind of pressure, if you're not playing in the middle third, you're asking for trouble. If you get outside of that, you're gonna run into the trap box on this side or that side. It's too tempting to pick up your dribble, and when you do, these guys they're gonna take advantage of that.
easy layup there with the left hand, and do not dribble to this corner again.
Now, I was going to ask you guys a question on this last jump ball. Statistically, does that count as a turnover?
I don't know.
No,
that's a Jess question. That's a
I
Jess
don't think it
question.
JT,
You know, he said you've used that pencil enough. Chill out.
Quit keeping up with turnovers, will you? Oh, man. If he touches it right now, it's going in. Spargo.
That's right.
And he's that type of player, too. If you're Winston-Salem and you get those 3 or 4 threes from Spargo, you probably win the game. I mean, depending on obviously who you're playing, but it's just such a plus for them when he scores. Yep.
57-28. Bradley Floyd. Ooh. Yeah. Oh. Not sure how.
You can help him. Go ahead, you can help him.
I don't know if anybody touched that.
No, they didn't. It's going to head the other way.
Yep.
Hey, JT, they're just attacking you. They're basically telling you you can't defend. They're going at you.
All right, we're going to go the other way.
Basketball.
I love here when coaches tell guys the truth about what's going on the court. You just listen to the coach from DME tell them, hey, they're going at you every single time.
Right.
Yep.
That means they think you can't guard.
Right.
That's a truth that if you're an aspiring basketball player, you want to know that. Because if you think Winston-Salem is putting you in a position that they're going at you, what do you think is going to happen if you get on a college campus?
Right.
You'll never get you'll never get on the floor. If the fact that you're that deficient defensively, if it's that obvious, Division I basketball is going to be a very tough task for you.
D1 working off that screen from Spargo.
Hate that shot. Just shoot the jump shot.
Well, I was going to say, I think it's safe to say you may not see D1 shoot another three for the rest of the season after the earful he got in the first half.
With the steal.
And
Can't
another
put it
one.
down. Where's the one place D1's going to have the advantage at?
Absolutely.
Right.
And
Right.
you
That's
go
where you
there.
put it there.
And you go there with it.
Up to 22 turnovers now for DME.
Winston-Salem settling into this possession. Little drag play. Everything's working.
And I think what you're seeing is that pressure has just completely fatigued DME, and now they're just getting layups at will.
Pressure's demoralizing after a while.
Yep.
Full timeout, DME Winsconsin.
Wow. I'm looking at all the parts.
I mean, there's really no other stat that matters. 23 turnovers. We're not even finished with the third quarter. That's really the stat of the game and the story of the game.
Speaking of games, the next one is going to be Colorado Prep taking on DME Academy. And head coach is asking me, you know, we had awards today. Who's the committee that votes on awards? I have no idea. Snitches get stitches, man. I don't know. Why you
Somebody
asking
asked me the same thing.
Yeah, why you asking me? I don't know.
I tell him AJ.
Yeah, exactly.
So he votes for everything.
Yep.
Matter of fact, there's not a vote. It's just him in a room with a set of crayons. He's got a system. Anything you need to know, you ask him.
So listen, when you have a league this deep, no matter what category or award it's in, defensive player, offensive player, all grind, underclassmen, most of yeah, I mean the talent. This I knew that was coming for the season because the talent is that deep this year. And it is every year, but I'm just saying like elite in several positions. Even some of the guys who are quote unquote underdogs are some high major talent here in this league.
One of the things too, AJ, is kind of the elephant in the room in regards to that is the fact of the matter is some teams play more games than others.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you play, the more you're seeing, the more likely you'll be to have a good performance.
Exactly.
And the more good performances you have, the more likely you are to be in a position that you can get the vote or get the nod that you need for recognition. But if you don't play that many games,
yep.
What do you do?
baiting him into that corner, and good post up there. Sheffy, he'll go back to the line.
Fouls on number 21. Adriel York, his second team foul.
In and out there.
Sheffy Diawara at the strike.
Turning in the corner. Elton James kind of got caught in no man's lane a little bit. And Tyson's like, I got you. I'm not sure if Tyson's done growing, man. He has not grown into them feet. Look at them shoes. Dude. I don't know if you can get a real perspective of how big this dude's feet is. He may not be done growing. He's an underclassman, too.
I'm trying to think of who it was a few years ago.
Oh, I know where you're going with this. I know exactly who you're talking about. I remember the team.
Ronald McDonald shoes on.
He was about probably about his size, right? 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", somewhere up in there. He wore a size like 20 something. He played for
it was for Billy at
USBA and had Mookie Cooks on that team.
Jose Murillo.
Where is he at right now? Gotcha.
Mike Beasley was a thing to behold in high school.
Yeah. I wish I got a chance to see him play in person, but I didn't. But I know he's a dog
about
to this day.
Size 22 shoe. He was in. I think he was probably 15 years old at the time. The craziest thing that you've ever. I hate to pull my boy out because he came and kicked it with us when we were in Memphis. He brought Penny out to hang out and spend some time with my son.
Yep.
With my son, I love Nolan to death. His stepdad's one of my closest friends in this world. Nolan.
Gave him the business.
Nolan. And Nolan's not a very big dude.
Right.
Nolan's like 6'3", easily probably a 16, 17 shoe.
Wow.
Like his feet are enormous.
Wow.
And he and Beasley played together on the same team.
Okay.
Shout out to Curtis Malone on that DC Assault team. Interesting fact too, AJ, is one of the coaches from Fort Erie is actually a U.S. kid. He played AAU for DC Assault back in the day. I think he was after Nolan and Mike and those guys. But we had a chance to chop it up with George and his staff yesterday, and one of his assistant coaches mentioned DC Assault. We were talking about just the guys back in the day, guys playing for different teams. And I said Curtis Malone, and he lit up like a Christmas tree.
Back up, Con.
That's going to be a foul there.
Fouls on number 2, Ziggy Postcott. His fourth team foul.
So 31 fouls between the two teams here. That's crazy. But Winston Salem, you expect that kind of performance. They know how aggressive they play. They're going to foul, and they're going to force turnovers. Just put the pen down. Don't even touch it.
They're going to give you a 30 ball in the turnover department.
I think we're there. We're there on 25. Wow.
Yeah, that's wild.
They got a pencil sharpener in here. I can, like you used to have to do in the classroom, go up
That's
there
right.
and take about a 5-minute break, saw off a pencil.
Got a whole nother quarter to go, too. Thompson. PC. Well, won't go. Oh. By DME Wisconsin.
Shoot it. There you go.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. 61-35, first time score here. And all Winston-Salem, but look, DME Wisconsin, they'll take a few highlights along the way. So let's talk about you guys, not your bracket in particular. We filled out brackets, folks, I have to admit. How do you see this World Championship going, man? Who do you see at the end? You guys willing to say it? Let's put it out there. What do we predict?
When I filled out my bracket, I just marked the Prolific Prep all the way down to the championship. I mean, I think that's my strategy anyway. But I love what I see out of Dream City.
Yeah.
They just continually are a disciplined team that. And I was actually thinking about them a minute ago. And I don't know what the bracket looks like. I don't know if they would ever match up with a Winston-Salem, but they're a type of team to where.
Yeah, I mean, it would be Final Four if they met.
They're not going to turn it over like this, you know. I mean, they can count on themselves to protect the basketball and make Winston-Salem work. And I mean, it just poses a completely different type of matchup stylistically.
Well, I can tell you right now, for Winston-Salem, they'll play the winner of Utah Prep in the Fort, which is our last game of today. It'll be senior night here for Utah Prep as well this evening. I got Dream City as my pick this year. I got Prolific making it to the championship game. I just, as much as I love DP, it's just hard for me to picture the kid. He's had to be the hero so many times. I'm just like, at some point, it may come back to bite you.
I can't disagree with you, man. And as much as I want to pick Prolific, it's hard to do it 3 times in a row.
Yep. It had never been done twice, let alone.
I don't care where you are.
Yep.
I don't care what you're doing. To beat a team over a course of a season 3 times in a row.
Yep.
That's very difficult to do. To win a championship 3 consecutive years.
I can tell you right now, y'all's phone's about to be blowing up here in a minute.
Hit him, Jeffy.
That's all right. We'll be the
And
first time.
How do we handle back?
And that's tough, man.
That makes it easy for me. If y'all going Dream City, I'm going Prolific.
I can't do Dream City though, because what they showed me yesterday frustrated me, because they've been capable of that consistently.
Right.
I haven't seen them every game, but I have seen them, and I haven't seen them play through their big like they did yesterday. I think they run good stuff. There's no question about that. But they've wasted possessions a lot of times, and to play at this level and win, I don't think you can do that. Last night they showed that they're capable of playing differently. They did, and they were successful. That team, I think, could absolutely win this whole thing. However, if they don't play that way, if they can't play that way for the next 3 games, then I can't put them above anybody else in terms of their ability to win at all. Added to that is just the fact that I just don't, outside of Prolific, I don't see anybody else who has enough that would make you go, no, that's a no-brainer. They're going to get it done. Utah could. They could also be out early. They're 2 different teams when they play through AJ, when they play through JJ. They're 2 distinctly different teams. And any combination of that, that could put you in a different space. I don't know.
So another defensive stop here for Winston-Salem, and first 90 seconds off the clock here in this 4th quarter.
Fouls on number 2, Josiah Johnson.
I was watching that the whole time.
I didn't see it. I didn't. I saw the offense fighting through to try to get through the screen. Or the deep. I don't know.
I thought Johnson screaming just held his ground.
Yeah.
Not bad. It's not a bad move at all.
Well, we know he likes to go to that right hand. We saw that in the first half.
And I'm good. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Just
really
be able to do one of them.
Right. Very reluctant to go to the left, but that's his move. That's his bread and butter, is going to that right over the left shoulder.
If you're going to be strictly right-handed, be the best right-handed dude on the court.
Another turnover. Whoa, I thought somebody was going to call travel.
Absolutely should have.
Yeah, we ain't going to talk about it.
Lowe's right. He had no plan on that, no idea. Ask Chris, can he spin that back?
Yeah, Chris.
Not that it really matters, but it's on one. It's on one Elijah ball.
So 66-40.
That play in transition is very
common.
common.
Let's see that replay, Chris.
Correction, the foul's on Elijah Milliner, his fourth. Still second.
But look at the indecision.
Nicholas McLean shooting 2.
That we'll get that play. Just about every team at some point has had that exact same play. You get a guy in the back pedal, and the ball handler has no idea what he wants to do with the ball, and so he's tiptoeing and trying to euro, and before you know it, defense adjusts. You don't have a plan, and the turnover.
And once again, this may make me a jerk as a referee, but if I see you out of control, like, you're not getting that call, man.
I'd have lit him up. Go another way.
Because you might as well say, here, buddy, I'm going to bail you out.
Yep.
I just sounded like Coach Lockridge right there.
No, you have to add a whole.
I'm just saying because I said buddy.
Choice of words there. Oh, yeah, that's true. Only thing you were missing was give me a plane ticket. The infamous
As
locker
long
story.
as I'm alive, I will never forget Daytona Beach. I think I wake up at night thinking about this. Well, we can't do it on air, Cullen.
Right,
but I'm telling you.
Oh, I know.
Hilarious.
I don't know what he said, but I've heard him say things before.
It was the whole thing. It was.
Now you're fine. Solid. Back up, Con. Back up.
I don't know what. Listen, if we had a rating of all-time Lockridge moments, I don't know what would be number one. I think what you're thinking about is a 1A. What you're thinking about is a 1A/1B. It's hilarious. Now, the one you're thinking about, I could just tell the fans. I mean, he booked plane tickets to send kids home in the middle of the game. I'm not kidding. Like, literally, like, in the game. Not go to the locker room. Not, like, go take my jersey off. Like, to the airport. You out.
I'm for it. I'm all
and
for
they
it.
were gone.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Nice pass.
What?
Beautiful. Great no-look right there from McLean. I like that.
I think one of the best things that you can teach a kid is that I'm not playing with you. I mean exactly what I'm saying.
Fenderson quietly has 20 points here. He's went on a run here by himself. The last few possessions for DME. Hot shooting here in the fourth.
Front.
They cut into this thing a little bit.
Yeah. It's because of him.
Fouls on number 5, Maximo Ruiz.
Watch this replay here. No look pass. Tyson getting up, throwing it down.
Asmo, work on your defense. Next year, Trey. Hey, get a deflection. Jump, jump, get a deflection. Switch. Gap, Jeffy, gap.
Just over 4 minutes left in this ball game.
Fouls on number 3, Nate Spargo, his third.
Nate, please listen to coach and stop fouling. We want to get through this game too. We do. Listen to your coach. It's still there. And that rounds in. Another timeout taken here for Winston Salem.
Winston Salem Christian.
Tallies up to 28. So it's,
Man, that's unbelievable when you think about it.
I mean, that like you're saying, when you really, that's 28 extra possessions that you've got over the other. Well, I mean, other than the turnover to the Winston Salem, but yeah.
He didn't turn. He didn't put in requests for music over here because we did.
Love it.
$72, 49, 3, 37.
It was good. It was good. I'll never forget my cousin way back in the day. We were at McCracken or something, and I still use this joke to this day. Like getting jiggy with it or something was on. And he said, "Chumbler, is this your playlist they got playing here?" And if you know Chumbler, it makes it funny. But.
Exactly. Dude, that's the longest neck in the history of broadcasting. I do for years, man. Oh my gosh.
Fouls on number 0, Ferris Nicholas, his third.
He didn't get roped.
Fourth team foul.
Pretty clear. Hey, do not go. Jump, get a deflection. Let's go.
Now, I think one of the most interesting matchups that we got going on is the last one tonight. Utah Prep and the Fort. Fort's kind of wearing this chip on their shoulders. Like,
I like them.
They thought they could have played in the Power Conference. They didn't. They played in the Elevation Conference. They felt like they could compete with some of the Power Conference teams. And obviously, what way to prove it than in the tournament play? So they earned the right to be in tournament play. And they get to go against AJ and Utah. But has Utah now gelled since the coaching change? This has been a roller coaster season, to put it lightly, for them. They've lost probably way more games than they anticipated coming into the season. Chemistry has not been there. They get everybody's best shot because of who's in their uniforms. With AJ. You have a coaching change in the middle of the season. You have a new voice, new system. Players who, I don't know, do they like the move? Don't they like the move? What's their, how do they feel about it? And it doesn't get off to a great start. You get punched in the mouth.
Yep.
And then you play well a couple of good games too. So again, we know the talent's there. But can they put it all together? Biggest X factor in the tournament. I know one thing, though. If it would end up being a Utah prolific championship.
That was on Nate Spargo, that's his fourth.
Popcorn, extra butter, milk duds. I want all of that.
In Kansas.
Yeah. J-Rock. Oh, my gosh. You kidding me?
That would be crazy. I'm inclined to pick against it just so it'll happen.
Right. Exactly.
Matter of fact, I did.
Exactly.
I picked the Fort over
Man.
Utah Prep.
Y'all been to Lawrence? Either one? You been to Lawrence?
I haven't been there.
Just a nice.
It is.
Would you agree?
Nice,
Just
yeah.
a nice little like college
It
town.
is.
Like
It
you
is
don't
really
feel like you're.
Kind of have that Auburn feel. Auburn's like a
Yeah.
nice little college town.
Little
there.
underground bars and stuff. It's like what?
Oh, you wouldn't know about all that
This
stuff.
this where Bill Self come and sit at the bar.
There you go. I'm not going to say too much, but.
Oh, man. 74, 73. I feel like I'm on vacation with this meeting. Where the cruise ship at? I have to say, Salt Lake City is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I should have on shorts, a sweater, a mink coat.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
it changes
Yes.
by the hour.
Yes to all of that.
I'm driving here. I'm warm. I got the window down. Windows down for a little bit. You hit closer to a mountain. Now it's snowing. You get past that, and now it's like raining. Then you get out the car, you're hot again. It's like, what?
We were on the drive here, man. The scenery, like it doesn't even feel real. Like it's just beautiful
Exactly.
mountains with snow on them, and yeah.
Ooh. Don't pick up that pencil again. Don't do it. Don't.
I think last weekend we were treated pretty well too. That Zion National Park, man.
Yes.
Hurricane. That was a nice stop.
I tell you what, the wind. I said there would be a wig or a lace front to survive that wind out there. It was 40 miles an hour at least all weekend. I get to the hotel. I'm like, is this normal? Like, is this or it's like bad weather? No, it's just a typical day. I'm like, good Lord. But absolutely beautiful to drive. Flew into Vegas. I think you had the same drive. The drive from Vegas 2 hours north to St. George, Utah was pretty incredible.
And that's incredible after coming back from the previous weekend in Napa Valley.
That was cheat code right there,
It
that whole
was.
trip.
That resort was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Under 2 minutes to go.
Fouls on Nate Spargo, his fifth.
He's picked up a lot of fouls for not so many minutes.
Absolutely. Making them count, ain't he?
Clock stops and I made basket the last minute, correct? Or not? I don't care. Normally. Gotcha.
Spargo's got a burner though,
I'm
man.
good with
I wonder what his split is on the season from 3-point range.
At one point early in the season, what did you see?
Almost
Close to 50?
Close to 50%.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And really kind of 40 is that kind of elite as far as 40% from three. Anything over is elite.
From Darnarian Gibson.
Boom.
The flush.
Good throw down there. D1 with the assist.
From Gibson.
I want to see D1 take a three.
Yeah, no,
For
I don't.
entertainment
I don't.
purposes.
I want to see that happen to him.
I think Coach Lowe was more concerned with like why
Yeah.
he took the shot than the fact that him taking the three.
Yep, because he can hit that shot.
He can.
Putback. Henderson.
It's 22 now for Fenderson, so he's been the bright spot. for DME.
Oh, missed bunny there.
Trey Henderson.
All right, so that's going to do it. Our final score is going to be 80-61. Winston-Salem, they're going to advance on, and it's good stuff. So they'll play at 4:15 tomorrow, and they will play the winner of Utah Prep in the Fort, which is going to go on a little bit later on this evening. We'll have an interview with the player of the game coming up in just a bit. Let's go over some of these numbers and recap this game.
Winston-Salem led by AD with 18 points. Spargo follows him with 17, 4 for 4 from three-point line for Spargo. So great shooting night for him. And again, story of the night, 29 turnovers forced by Winston-Salem as they defeat DME Wisconsin 80-61. Just another really good showing. Yeah. It's just, that's who they are. That's what they do. AJ is going to be with your player of the game. AD with 18 points led the way once again for Winston-Salem. As those two are making their way to the interview spot. I'll go ahead and kick it to AJ.
Yeah, here we go.
All right, here with the player of the game, 80-61 in the final. You guys came out, man, defensively, set the tone. Adriel, good performance by you and your teammates. I know it's, listen, it's win or go home time. Talk about the mindset coming into this one.
You know, the mindset in this is just to win it all. You know, that's our goal. That's what we want to get out of this, and we just want to finish strong. You know, we already won the big shots, but we still want to, you know, another chip, you know, just to top it off. You know.
And I know a lot of other teams, a lot of other players get a lot of attention around these parts. Does that motivate you guys to want to silence that and know that everybody knows that you're a threat as well?
For sure. We always want to be the underdogs. We always want people to doubt us, you know, to show them that we're not here to play, you know. So we just always want to be considered as the underdogs, and we just come out and fight, play hard, you know, do what we do best.
All right, great performance by him. Another great performance by Winston-Salem as well. We'll see them tomorrow. We got a good matchup coming up. Our next matchup is DME Florida taking on Colorado Prep, and we'll see you back here in just a few. This is the Grind Session. got a question. Do you have your popcorn ready? You have to dig into some of those matches. It's balling right now. Yeah, same match, same result, man. They're really committed. It's that time. It's that time. Goodness. Big good tonight, and it continues. Good throw down. On the play. Big time play theirs. They're showing some grit and toughness. What a game! What a long game here, and this one. All right, so we're back in this game 3 of the day, and it is the Road to a World Championship here on the Grind Session, game 6 of this weekend. We got a matchup between DME Florida and Colorado Prep. Colorado Prep comes into this game as some this is interesting. I wouldn't necessarily say they're underdogs because we were excited about DME. They have a superstar in Michaela Brown, who was done for the year, committed to go to Louisville, projected to be a top 10 NBA draft pick. How much is DME going to miss their star player in this one, Coach?
I think that's beyond words. He's the heart and soul. He scores the ball for them. He sets the table for other guys and makes the right play. He defends at a high level. He does so much for them. They can't help but miss him.
And we're familiar with this Colorado program. They've been around for a while, Cullen, and we know they're coached well. They like to run a lot of sets. Talk about the pedigree of this ball club.
Well, they've always brought in talent. You know, we saw guys. Golly, I can't remember the kid's name, but he was just a freak athlete. But one that I am familiar with is Josiah Sanders, who's now a senior and a few years ago was there as a freshman. Just a tough, gritty kid, and clearly, you know, he's improved. Top 100 kid going to Colorado, going to be there with a former Grind Session player, Javon Ruffin, who played at Phoenix Prep. And they play with that type of toughness, and they're coached that way as well.
And so we'll be ready to roll here in this one. We got 4 9-minute quarters for you, 24-second shot clock, 6 personal fouls before disqualification. And just to let you know, too, you can follow us on social media, The Real Grind Session on Instagram, Tanager Sports on Instagram. You can slide over to X, formerly known as Twitter. Follow us there as well. The Grind Session on X, Tanager Sports on X. And some entertaining stuff going on. This is a number 4 seed and a number 13 seed. The 4th seed is DME Academy. 13 seed is Colorado Prep. Obviously, the body of work for DME over the course of the season has made them a number 4 seed. They come into this game with some momentum as well. I know they don't have Mikhail. He's a McDonald's All-American, by the way. Congratulations to him. But they still seem to be playing well without him, so it's going to be interesting to see how he develops moving forward.
I'm really interested to see what Dominique Kirk does and Jacob Lanier. Jake was a late season addition, and I thought from where I saw them, it took them a little bit out of rhythm, trying to find his place on the team. And then Dominique Kirk, I think he could be as good as anybody, but again, another undersized guard who oftentimes you can see his focus isn't necessarily on us. It's on me getting the play, making the play, scoring the basket, and misses out on opportunities to really keep them in rhythm and allow them to be the best team that they can be. So we'll see if he's been able to mature from that. With Mikhail not being around, he's probably gotten more minutes, more opportunities, and sometimes that's enough to take the pressure off of the guys so that when they get out, they can make the right play instead of let me get it off because I might not play again or might not play as well.
Let's send it over to our PA announcer for the introduction of our starting lineup.
Senegal, number 17, Abdallah Jah. At one guard position, the 6'2" junior from Thornton, Colorado, number 13, Isaiah Romero. At one forward position, the 6'4" junior out of Denver, Colorado, number 11, Frank Believy Jr. At forward, a 6'8" senior from Denmark will play college basketball next year at Coffeyville Community College. Number 2, Ulysses Webb. And at the other guard position, a 6'5" senior from Aurora, Colorado. He will play college basketball next year at Colorado. Number 5, Josiah Sanders. Colorado Prep coached by Mike Moskowitz. Now, let's meet DME Academy head coach Matt Panaggio. At one guard position, the 6' junior from Daytona Beach, Florida, number 1, Nathan Kirk. At one forward, 6'6" senior from Lithuania, number 10, Matas Vanuliskas. At one forward position, a 6'5" junior from Little Rock, Arkansas, number 13, Jacob Lanier. At forward, a 6'5" junior from the Congo, number 15, Chris Katenge. And at center, a 6'11" senior, also from the Congo, number 32, Harry Gokinga.
All right, so we're set, ready to roll here. DME, obviously the home team on this one. They're the higher seed, and Colorado Prep, the number 13 seed. We're set and ready to roll here as another great matchup here on the grind session. It's win or go home, folks.
Those two players I was talking about earlier, and it shows you that Colorado Prep really recruits well from Senegal. I think they were both from Senegal. Mo Mbai and Dongo, Mbai and Dongo, they were both very, very good when they were at Colorado Prep.
And Colorado, first possession here in this one. Josiah Sanders, man, committed to go to Colorado. Going to be a buff. You talk about what the grind session is all about. You mentioned Jordan Pope. Kids like Josiah Sanders fits right into that mode as well. Kurt scanning the floor here for DME. Let it fly, and out down there. 3-2, both teams executing here on their first opening possession.
Good cut. Lanier kind of got lost right there off of the pass. Just a great back cut there by Romero.
Here's Kurt, two-man game here.
Great pass.
Oh. But he pivoted back towards the defense.
Seeing that a lot. Maybe is that?
Is it a
let me
trend
check.
now?
Let me check Instagram. maybe there's a host of videos out there that are showing how to be completely ineffective in the post.
Gosh. Shot clock violation there.
24-second shot clock violation. Colorado Prep basketball.
Hey, quick pick, quick pick.
Josiah. Tough shot, good defense.
Fred, take a deep one.
Kurt, they let him free again. That one doesn't go. Loose ball back to Colorado. strong. And, oh, man, 2 teammates crashing, running into each other. Another offensive rebound here for Colorado. And we got something on the floor here. We're going to get some stoppage. Somebody lost some laundry.
I also want to say, I don't know dude's name down here, but we haven't had, I can't think of one shot clock issue that we've had the entire weekend.
That's JP, man. That's JP.
Well,
That's the man. That's the man.
I'm new, you know,
That's
as far as
JP,
this
the
year.
man.
But he's done a great job. That's my point.
Fouls on number 15, Christian Hickman, his first team foul.
Does he travel with us? He's traveled with the, I got you.
Middle. Wait for Z.
Also part of heading the junior grind, with middle school division of things. He's done a great job, put on some great events out in Arizona.
Great pace there. Great follow as well.
Active on the glass is Colorado 6'3". Good start here for them. Velasquez over to Trey. That's in and out there. Crystal on the baseline. And off the top of the backboard. And we're going to have a foul.
That's 2 on 15.
Fouls on number 15, Christian Hickman, his second team foul.
Who's guarding you?
Tanguay picks up that last foul. 6'5" junior.
Hey, Ace Frank, you go in the corner. Go on the other side. Set it up. Go through. Bring it the other way, Frank. In the middle, now curve. There you go, now play.
Why not a left-hand layup on that last tip? Just thrown there. Whew.
These guys are.
The way those last 2 misses went, you'll take it. Whatever works. Whatever.
The window's getting abused right now.
Jacobs.
Understand.
Sorry, Lanier. Knocking down that tray.
There you go. Love that pace as well. Nice hesitation there from Josiah. Nice floater off 1 foot.
Ooh. Some rough shooting going on here for DME. All right, I'm gonna tell both coaches. Y'all need paint touches right now.
Right.
Well, somebody opened up the door. The wind is blowing through. It's just affecting the shots right now for both squads. That's got to be the case.
Do we have an air ball stat, Jesse?
That pencil's about to start working again. Kirk.
Do something. Come on, AD. Go through. Quickly, AD.
A lot, like you said a minute ago, just a lot of threes, settling for threes, both teams. Comes another one. That's a good look, though.
3-point field goal, Jacob Lanier.
I feel like I remember Lanier from a couple years ago.
He just got to DME
okay, so
halfway
maybe I'm
through
wrong.
this year. Yep. But top 50 kid.
He looks familiar to me. I don't know. Nice touch.
So Kirk into the front court. Two on one.
Back to him.
Yep.
Good shot, though.
Tough decision, but yeah, he gets away with it. Tough three. That's it. Webb with the rebound, and here comes Colorado. Oh. Wow. Big fella said, let me show these guards how to do it.
Yeah. That's a no for me.
He's got to make 3 more to get coach on board. Velasquez too strong there. Sanders.
Go ahead.
Market one.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of marketing. 15-9 our score. Colorado leads. Kirk inside. Good finish.
Put 2 guys on the floor.
And we're going to get a timeout call by Colorado.
30 seconds. Colorado prep.
No, they did.
3 call 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've learned, man. It's playoff time. It only took all year. Now we jinx it. Somebody's going to mess it up later.
Absolutely.
You know, you talked about Josiah. I mentioned Josiah Sanders. We talked about Jordan Pope. Man, they're a blueprint guy. We had this banquet, just for those at home. We had a guest speaker. We talked about like what this league means as far as opportunities for young athletes, men and women. Hey, what's the coolest success story? One of the coolest success stories you can recall? I know there's a ton of them, but
I mean,
in recent years.
It's like, and I've already mentioned him, but and he wasn't on the grind like regularly, but in a couple events. But it's, to me, Josh Hubbard at Mississippi State. But I mean, I guess for one, because his lack of size, maybe, you know, he was a great scorer, obviously, in high school. You didn't necessarily see him going to the SEC, which is, as I've mentioned, probably the best year of SEC. I mean, the SEC is the best conference in basketball right now. Kind of compared to the old Big East, as far as the talent that is accumulated. And he averages 18 points a game for Mississippi State, who's a very solid team.
And he may be 5'8".
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'd say 5'10", something like that. But a kid that has a great lift on his shot as far as elevation.
Nice set.
Uh-oh. Good. He seems to be fine. You hate to see him clutch at that ankle when they go down, but he's a tough kid. He'll walk that off.
Josiah Sanders to the stripe for 2.
I mentioned one time that Josiah Sanders, he needed a Head and Shoulders endorsement. He had no clue what I was talking about. So apparently.
Rachel said a minute ago his conditioner budget has to be ridiculous. I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
He's on that Troy Polamalu plan.
Yeah.
He had no clue who Troy was.
They're going to get, well, I don't know if Ruffin will be there next year, but they'll get them confused on the floor if they're both in Colorado.
All right. 17-11.
DME's going home off of that.
Trey Simpson, and maybe poked away and stay with DME.
Both teams have the 3 fever right now. I mean, they can't help themselves, which, I mean, I understand it, but
I don't.
No, I mean,
I was gonna say, please explain it.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, as a player, I mean, sometimes it's the easy way out, I guess.
It is.
That's why I don't understand it. You got to collapse the defense,
and you got to remind yourself there's a reason that we're taking all these threes, because they're kind of baiting.
So you got 2-on-1 underneath the basket. Or he could have got a layup and Trey trying to bail him out there, and that won't go. Just making the game a little harder than what it is to be. There has to be a level of, okay, we're not in rhythm yet. Let's not throw away these possessions and get a steal and have numbers where we can get to the rim and get a layup, but we jack up a 3.
And that's why you see a lot of teams with that as far as putting up a wall, like we heard earlier. Just play that type of defense, force them into taking threes, and until they start making them, you just stick with that defensive strategy.
Okay, now I don't want you to hurt your eyes, but try to give us some numbers here.
Yeah, here we go.
On the
let me get some numbers, Jess.
Three-point shooting here.
Yeah, threes, 3 for 13 for that was for DME. 3 for 13 from 3. Colorado Prep 1 for 9. So I mean, that's, you know, if as a coach, if you had the stat sheet, you look at that and you say, okay, guys, we got to get, like what you said earlier, some paint touches. If threes come from paint touches, that's one thing. But if you're just catching at the 3-point line and launching threes, that's different. That's not as good a look.
I think they're challenging the teams. The song that's playing right now is called "I Bet You Won't." I bet you won't take a layup.
I bet you won't take it too.
Like, well, what? What is happening right now? Colorado, they'll take this lead, though. 17-11 is our score. We wonder what DME will look like. Who would they play through without a Mikael Brown? And that's yet to be answered here in this one.
And you take that with any team. I mean, remove the best player from the floor. I mean, it's going to change things up, obviously.
Yep.
And challenges are going to come offensively. I've seen that kid's tape too, man. I'm really disappointed I don't get to watch him play.
17-13, he's definitely a treat to watch, man.
Oh, yeah.
A bucket. He's that kid, you're like, yeah, kid, congratulations. No, he could go for 20 in any given quarter.
Right.
Just take over the whole quarter.
Sal, just a sophomore, great size. As a sophomore, 6'9", shows the ability to shoot it.
Kurt.
There you go. Now,
good extra pad. Now that's a good shot right there.
Right. That's a 3 that's acceptable for sure.
Oh, missed the cutter.
So, yeah.
Don't mind that one either, especially after he just made one.
Huge opportunity to hit a cutter for a layup.
Right, yeah, they missed that one.
Before that.
Or make a pivot and put it off the glass. I was just sitting there like, he's 3 feet away from the basket. Not even thinking about scoring right now.
And I tell you what, I really think that Nato has been that kid to start that, getting into the paint, creating for his teammates. That's 2 trips in a row. He's got good penetration and found the assist.
Missed opportunity there.
Hey, look at boomerang. Boomerang.
Good backdoor cut.
Yes.
Get high finish off the glass there, too, for Josiah.
So much easier when you just play right, man.
Yeah. Great job by Colorado Prep, too. That was a different look defensively there from DME. Big size advantage there.
Absolutely. And we get a timeout call by Colorado Prep.